In this video, I wanted to test 3 new products that I haven't used much. First, double boiled linseed oil from Plaza, and then red axe wax and natural axe wax. And to do this, I wanted to restore 3 axe heads and put matching handles on them. To get started, I needed to remove the heads. All of these came off really easily. They were all poorly mounted on either original handles that had dried up a bit or newer handles that just weren't working. I used evapo-rust. My evapo-rust, this gallon of evapo-rust has been used for quite a few things. I do filter it every time. It is black because it's absorbed a lot of rust, but it's still working great. I let things sit overnight. Now with each of these axe heads, the 2 that are colored, the green one and the blue one, I wanted to keep the color on them a little bit. The third one is an old Scout hatchet. These are all Hatchet, small Hatchet heads. All of them weigh about 1 pound. So they're quite small. They needed some cleanup and profiling. I just did that roughly. I did it nice and easy on each one. Did it nice and slow. Now I'm prepping the hickory boards that I'm going to use. I cut them up. Each one of these is around 2 feet long. And on this one, instead of using my axe to carve out the handles like I have in the past completely, I use my bandsaw to do the initial profiling and shaping of the handle to save a little time and to show a little bit of a different process. And to do this also, I created a template, 2-dimensional template, one for the side profile and one for the lengthwise profile here. And I did the initial cutouts with the bandsaw on this. Again, I left a little bit of room extra, and then I did some of the shaping on the bandsaw for all 3 handles initially, as I'm showing here. I did this for all 3. This saves a lot of time if you're planning on doing any shaping. You could take it to a belt sander here, but I was planning on going on spring break with my kids. First we went to Moab and Arches National Park and went and saw a few of the hikes up there. Then we went to the Grand Canyon. And third, we stopped at Zion's National Park. It was our national park spring break vacation. It was fun. While I was there though, because I had done the initial shaping of the handles on the bandsaw, it gave me the opportunity to do final shaping while I was out camping, and I was able to do that while I was there using my axe in the method I showed in one of my last videos. I'll provide a link for that in the description for this video that shows more in depth, more detail around how to carve a handle with an axe. The difference being that I did the initial shaping with a bandsaw here. Back at home, I did some of the finish work on it, sanding up the 3 handles, taking them up to 220 grit sandpaper. Instead of a handsaw, I used my bandsaw to cut the kerf cuts in each of the 3 handles. I also did a little bit more cleanup on the axe heads, cleaning up the pole. I took the poles up to 320 grit sandpaper, and then I polished up the heads up to 1000 grit. Now to the meat of why I'm doing this video. First was to test these 3 products, and the first one I tested out was this Plaza double boiled linseed oil. This is all natural boiled linseed oil that I found on Amazon. I wanted to stop needing to use gloves and use the chemically treated boiled linseed oil. This is 100% natural, chemical-free boiled linseed oil, and I wanted to test it out. The consistency on this one was interesting, and it had a different smell than I was used to for boiled linseed oil. Setting the head, you can see the curls coming up. I like to make my axe heads fit really snug, and getting a little bit of this curl is always good. It means that you've got a nice close fit. I just clear them off a little bit and then pound it on a little further. These are wedges that I got from Austin at OK Tool Co. I'll put a link for his YouTube channel and his Instagram in the description also. Great guy. He sent me these wedges a while back. I used them on the axe carving video that I did a couple weeks ago that you can check out also. That shows you, one, how to carve an axe handle. And again, you can see the consistency of this Plaza double boiled linseed oil. It is almost like honey. It looks like honey, and it feels kind of in that consistency of honey. It's not sticky, of course, like honey is, but it was really nice to use. It didn't pour over quickly like the chemically treated boiled linseed oil does. It stays in place a lot better, and rubbed in just as well. Again, the smell was kind of unique. It kind of reminded me of pine needles and dandelions at the same time. It was kind of a unique smell. Felt okay on the hands. Didn't feel as drying as the chemically treated boiled linseed oil. I really quite liked it, and it rubbed into the handle really well. Now to the axe wax. This is the second time I've used this natural axe wax. The first time was on the hammer that I did last week, where I did the micarta handle from denim, and this is the first time really using it on wood though. It worked really great on that hammer. I think it was perfect. I did test a teeny bit of the double boiled linseed oil on it, and I really didn't like how it kind of didn't absorb in as well, but the axe wax did. And using the axe wax on the handle, I'm using it straight onto a raw handle. This is what you saw it made. It's not pre-finished. And I'm just rubbing that axe wax in. And because it's natural state, it is more in that solid form. I tried to rub it so that it warmed up the handle, the axe wax, and blended in. Now this axe wax is the red axe wax. It's recommended for some of the plum hatchets that have more of that dark red handle. But this is going straight on on white hickory on the sapwood. And I'm not sure how well it's absorbing the color in. I'm not sure if red axe wax is as effective as a primary source. It feels just the same as the other axe wax. It's just got this red tint to it. And the red tint, as you can see, as I start to rub it in, it stays kind of on top, and only a little bit seems to be absorbing into the grains of the hickory. It's not as obvious here as I applied the coat, but as I rubbed it in more and then finished it off, it still kind of remained that natural color, and the red didn't absorb in quite as much. I think it's better maybe if you're using it to refinish a handle, that's already red, like a plum handle, it probably worked better that way. But it rubbed in just the same as the other axe wax. Did make my hands kind of red, but it washed off just fine. It didn't really stay on. It didn't stain my hands or anything. At this point, I needed to cut off the bottom of the handles. I left that remaining bit so that I could set the head with a nice flat surface before I cut the end of the fawn's foot or the palm swell here. And just kind of sand it off, put a little bevel on it. And this is actually a couple hours later. I applied a second coat of each of these. First the boiled linseed oil and the second coat going into the bottom piece that I just cut off. But again, this double boiled linseed oil, I really like it. The double boiled linseed oil, it's like honey. It's really easy to apply. It rubs in really well. The wood absorbed it very readily, and as a handle application, I'm quite impressed with it. I like it quite a bit more than the chemically dried one. I don't have to use gloves, but it just works great. Now just applying the different axe waxes to the other two handles. Again, rubbing that to get it to absorb. I really think you need to get it warmed up by using your hands to get this axe wax in. All three of these products I think were great. The axe wax is great. You can get them. I'll provide a link to it. I don't have any affiliate links with axe wax or any agreement with them. They're $20 for a 2-ounce tin. There's I think a couple other colors that you can use along with the natural. I recommend just using the natural. I think it's great. And the double boiled linseed oil it's on sale currently on Amazon. I don't know if that will continue. For the 1 liter bottle, it is $25. I think that's an awesome deal. 1 liter, if you're doing lots of axes, it should still last for a long time, and it doesn't affect your hands. You don't have to wear gloves. I'll leave an Amazon affiliate link for the Plaza boiled linseed oil. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and look for opportunities to give those old things new life. And we'll see you on the next video. Ciao.